So this is Showstopper. This is the first mission from all missions category that is different from any percent. And it might be one of the hardest missions in the game, actually. So we go save and reset. This is right after Liberation. Instead of Reclamation on 80%, we do Showstopper. This thing is full of manips, as you will see. And manips here also especially hard because of Sonja's bad luck. So every time she attacks, she gets one extra roll compared to other commanders. And that makes the spread of RNG kinda awful. So we're gonna do a lot of manips. The first turns are like setup and getting some stuff done. The main route, like the initial idea, is borrowed from Bigus Dingus, which is the LTC TIS, lower turn count, with max score. We don't care about max score. So the second iteration of the route for speedruns was done by Crazy Dan. And is the whole blueprint from what we're doing here. So the second iteration, or I guess third iteration, was done by me since like day 5 or so, but it's basically just Dan route. It's pretty much the same route with some differences and some different RNGs here and there, just to optimize things. Slightly different windows and different manip tables. So now we go to day 5. So here's day 5, and here's the manip for day 5. So day 5 is a 2-frame window here. You know when you get it, when the bomber is on 2. And then there is a manip with this APC, which you have 2 ways to do it. You have a manip table, or you can use a target table, which is looking for in like movements 7 and 11. Looking for that picture that I'm showing right here. This aligns so Adder doesn't do his power on this turn, and a couple other things happen as well. Then on day 6 we're gonna have 3 attacks. All 3 have to be on average between 1 and 4 frames. Then a manip with this. Sadly there's no target here. We have to use a table. I did my best to do that table, but it was kind of rough to work with. And yeah, this RNG is we're doing alignment here for day 8 and day 7, since we're not gonna have any attacks on those days. So we do it on day 6 so the RNG doesn't spread too much. So you'll see there's no alignments on this, because this just aligns well. The idea is that on this day, Adder goes for a lot of baits. So that's why all the infantries we have and all that, plus the recon on the previous turn, all those are baits for Adder units. And here with his super, we also need to manip this mid tank so it doesn't kill the infantry. But instead it leaves it on 1 HP right here. So that's a guarantee from day 6 manip. We still not day 9 quite yet. And day 8 has a small manip without a table, because there are no attacks, but we need to align to a specific RNG. So this movement right here, that's scripted to move RNG. This one as well. It moves RNG a little bit on the forest. And this aligns some things, like the copter attacking that APC, for example. As well as a double misfire on the artillery right there. So now it's day 9, so we get 1 attack here, and we need a manip table for this. We're gonna do it with the tank right here. We're looking for this specific thing on even frames, so there it is. This is a single rocket misfire. On... No, wait, it's not that. No, that's day 10, yeah. This is, it aligns some things. Some builds. And what the copter attacks. Basically. Now we're gonna have an alignment for a misfire. So we have two tables for this, one with 6 frame window, the other with 4 frame window. And this is for a single rocket misfire. Or artillery misfire. In this case, it's actually artillery misfire. Any of the two work. Because the tank dies, and that means we don't need a second misfire on Fog of War. Because Fog of War misfires roll twice. And this is a pretty cool one, day 11. It's 2 attacks. That and that. We need to do a little bit of damage on the rocket so we can kill it next turn, and then we look for this frame. On even frames. From movement number 7 on corners. And the cool thing about this route is that either doesn't build enough for a superpower on this turn. And this guy that is hidden right here, you never need to move it. So we save time on that. Then we kill the rocket. And the reason why we need to kill the rocket is because it's frozen. I believe it's frozen. And I think the only way you could unfreeze it would be with a mech. But there's no way to get a mech there. It has to be an infantry because of money and like what we get on the first turn. We of course get the lab on the previous day, which is one of the hard parts of this mission.
Mission complete.
And again, we don't care about score. We just care about speed on this one. And just to show at the end, we unlock Sea of Hope right here. So yeah, that's pretty hard. It's like 5 manips. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 manips in a single level. Any percent gets 1 mandatory manip, 1 optional one, if you really don't want to deal with some RNG, and then a backup one on a level. That's it. So 3 at most. On all missions, there's 5 on like mission 9, right out of Orange Star. Mental.